Well, howdy there, folks. This is your host, ID Jester. Welcome to game number 4 of our epic replay of the most awesome night in baseball history, September 28th, 2011. So we've been using 4 different baseball simulation programs to simulate all 4 of the epic contests that happened that evening. Just to determine who was going to make it in the playoffs. We haven't even looked at the teams that were actually playing for home field advantage. Detroit Tigers and the Texas Rangers there. So they were kind of a backshoot to all the epic storylines that unfolded on this night. Teams that had to win and hope somebody else loses to get in the playoffs. Teams that were ahead, teams that were behind and had to come back, teams that were down to their final out, final strike, and were able to pull off victories. Teams that were down 7 runs going into the 8.5 inning, eighth and a half inning. So we've looked at 3 of them so far. Now we're going to look at our 4th game in the series. This is the Philadelphia Phillies at the Atlanta Braves. So, as you know, if the Braves win, they're in. It's as simple as that. All they have to do is win, and they're in. If they lose, then they have to hope St. Louis loses. But if you watched our replay of the St. Louis game, you know that St. Louis actually won their game. So it forces the Braves to win their game. So far, we are 3 for 3 in our replays, matching the teams that actually won that day. Let's see if we can go for 4 for 4 and have the Phillies knock off the Atlanta Braves. So before we go ahead and replay this game before we replay this game in Out of the Park Baseball 17, let's go ahead and relive the dramatic moments that happened in that game.
Howard the opposite way. That's going to drop for a base hit. It's going to head to the corner, and Pence might head on home. He's already around third. Somwell's waving him home. Jack Wilson's throw cut off by Chipper Jones, and the Phillies take the early lead.
Boy, is that deflating, too, for the Atlanta Braves. 2 outs, nobody on base, goes 2-2 with a breaking ball to Pence, then 3-2, and then walks him. And then Ryan Howard looked like he hit a sinker here. Yep, that's a sinker. And he just hits it down the left field line, plenty fair. And with a guy like Hunter Pence going on the crack of the bat, heck of a chance for Juan Somwell to score him. Here he comes, no stopping that guy. 1-0.
A looper to right field. That's going to drop for a hit. Uggla's going home. Here's the throw by Pence. It's on a line. He is out at the plate. What a throw in the air by Hunter Pence. 9-2 on the putout. He may be awkward in his style, but he has a flat-out cannon in right field. Sarge, he played it perfectly, and he threw a strike.
All the way in DOA.
Sport at second. And there goes Bourne. Prado will follow. The throw to third is high, and he's out at third. What a tag by Placido Polanco, and it's the first time the Phillies have thrown out Michael Bourne.
Yeah, and he has to make that. I said, he might try to run wild tonight, but you got to be smart, too. You have to make it, because there's nobody out. And in that case, the Braves are pretty sure he did make it, but he didn't.
It looked like he did get his foot in there. But that was a heck of a job by Polanco. The throw was high. He had to quickly get it down.
Yep. Normally when the throw's that high with a guy like Bourne, he's not going to be out.
Utley to left field. Prado backing up on it. This is going to tie the game. Or tags from third. Here he comes. It's a 3-3 game here in the ninth.
Oh, my. Ooh, did that take the starch out of this crowd?
Well, it sure did.
But they also know they're at home, and the game's only tied.
Well, the other thing, too, is the Phillies have used their closer already.
Right? You know, the Phillies are not playing this game the way they normally would because they would have never used Madsen at this point.
Bourne takes off again. In the air to left center field. Martinez on the run into the alley. Makes the catch going away. And will go to the 11th inning. How about Michael Martinez was shaded a step or two over toward right center field. He got a great jump. And he was able to track the ball down, and that was all because of the defensive alignment, because if he was in, that ball was over his head. Heck of a play to finish up the bottom of the 10th inning. Michael Schwimmer certainly liked that one. His young arms out of the bullpen tonight. Runner doesn't go. Ball's hit right to first. Mayberry's got it. Throws to second for one. Rollins is tossed in time. And the Phillies have nailed the franchise record in wins with number 102. It took 4 extra innings, but they win it tonight by a final score of 4-3, and they end the Braves season. Wow.
Boy, 2 different shots right there, Charlie. So happy talking to Sarge, and then the desperate look of Freddie Freeman, and the Atlanta Braves are just stunned right now.
They had an 8.5 game lead in the wild card on September 1st, and the St. Louis Cardinals have caught them and have passed them, and the Phillies had a lot to do with it because.
All right, so there's a look at what happened in real life here, and it's not going to get much easier for Atlanta in our game here against our Phillies. We're playing the Phillies, actually. You will see why here in just a second as we look at the standings here. Philadelphia, obviously when we simulate a game, simulate a season, it's not going to turn out exactly like it was in real life. There's no way that that's going to happen. I could simulate 1,000 of these, and every time it's going to be completely different. But in our simulation here, Philadelphia Phillies, 107-54. They actually beat, as you heard in the video, their season record was, what did he say, 103 victories? So they actually surpassed even that with this team in our replay, 107-54. So it's not going to get much easier for the Braves because they're going to have to beat the Phillies to advance to the playoffs. Interesting enough, before we actually start the replay, if we go into the League Home News screen, is this an omen to come? Well, let's see what it says. Oh, look, St. Louis Cardinals headed to the playoffs. So in our replay of our season, the St. Louis Cardinals actually are headed to the playoffs because of their record. But, of course, in real life, it was a choice between Atlanta and St. Louis. And, of course, if Atlanta wins, they're in. And St. Louis needs them to lose and also win. But in our replay here, kind of a bad omen for the Braves. It shows the St. Louis Cardinals headed for the playoffs. Let's go ahead and get this game started, shall we? I've simulated all the way up to, of course, September 12th, 2011, and we're talking about the best night in Major League Baseball history. So let's go ahead and play the game at Atlanta and see if we can win. So Out of the Park Baseball 17 is our 4th simulation for this series. Of course, we used Baseball Mogul 2016 edition. We used Digital Diamond Baseball, and we also used Pure Sim Baseball, and of course Out of the Park Baseball is our 4th one in the series here to simulate these 4 very important games. Out of the Park Baseball 17 will allow you to, when you set up a historic season, it will allow you to use historical lineups as played. So great. And they will use the actual schedule from this season. So very easy for me to get into this game and simulate to September 28th and then just choose historical lineups. And this is the historic lineup that actually played that day. And we're going to go ahead and look at that as we start the game. So great job out of the park, Baseball 17. If you watched some of our other videos and some of our other replays, you know that it's not always... what are we going to do here? Game sound. Let's disable the game sound because I tend to think that that background noise is a little disgruntling. I wish experimental text to speech. Nice. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it disabled. Ball animations, of course, we're going to enable, and the rest of it. I'm not sure how loud the crowd gets. Sometimes it's hard to hear. So, yeah, let's just leave it disabled. There we go. All right, so back to the broadcast here. Of course, there are 3 different ways to play it. We're going to do 3D view because I think that is great for actually seeing what's going on in the field and such. Being more of a manager that I am, I suppose they're front office man. You see some of our players or pitchers are the little 3G generation face thing is coming in on some of the players. Anyways, pitching today for the Atlanta Braves, Tim Hudson. And again, we can obviously see all of his different statistics and stuff. We can actually see in our season replay he's 5-9, pitched 228 innings and had 150 strikeouts, 2.79 ERA. And his overall statistics and all kinds of other things, he is okay. And here is the Phillies lineup. We have Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, Hunter Pence, which I'm sure if you're an Atlanta Braves fan, you hated to see Hunter Pence make those plays that he did. Ryan Howard. We have John Mayberry Jr., Raul Anibes, Placido Polanco, Carlos Reyes, and of course Joe Blanton, the pitcher today. So we'll get to the Atlanta lineup at the bottom of the inning. Let's see if we can simulate this game and see how it turns out. So swinging away here. All right, Phillies are on an 8-game win streak. Here we go. 10 home runs this season, 78 RBIs. He's hit it deep, 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 but not quite deep enough. You know what? I am going to turn the sound back on. It just sounds better with, background things going on. So let's just enable the sound. Hopefully it won't be too loud for you guys. So we have Chase Utley coming back in here. He's hit it down to first, and quickly 2 outs there on a ground ball to first. Hunter Pence steps into the bat, and he strikes out. So 1 up, 1, 2, 3 up, and 3 down. Bottom of the first. So pitching today is Joe Blanton. Season he was 3-0 with 70 innings pitched, and an ERA of 3.86. The Atlanta Braves lineup for today is Michael Bourne, Martin Prado, Chipper Jones, Dan Uggla, Freddie Freeman, Brian McCann, Matt Diaz in right field, Jack Wilson shortstop, and Tim Hudson is the pitcher. Let's go ahead and start us off here, bottom of the inning here. Hit to second and quickly over to first for 1 out. Martin Prado steps in. He's going to line into center there and get a single. So first base hit for Atlanta today. Chipper Jones steps in. Can he get to 4-6-3? Nope, just over to first. Ground out there. Martin Prado makes it over to second. Dan Uga there. And did he? Yes, he did make it. And what the heck is he doing? He literally batted the ball all the way across the field. Okay. So that's going to be an error, and the Braves are on the board here. That was Hunter Pence with the big error there. Dan Uggla with a single should have been caught by Hunter Pence and throw out at home. That would have been awesome replay of what happened in real life. And there we go. So out of the inning, they gave up the 1 run though. And Atlanta takes a 1-0 lead. If we actually compare that to real life, actually the Phillies scored in the top of the first inning. The Braves responded in the bottom of the first inning. So after 1, it was 1-1 in real life. So let's see what happens. Looks like Ryan Howard is going to be walking there. Brings up John Mayberry Jr. And he's hit it into foul territory for the out. 1 out. We got Raul Abinez stepping in here, and he's line 1 to the pitcher, back to the shortstop, over to first. That's a bang double play there, and out of the inning they go. Ryan McCann steps in. He's going to launch one into shallow center field for the out. That was on an 0-2 pitch. Matt Diaz stepped into the plate today. He's hitting .230 season average, 3 home runs, and goes down on a 2-2 pitch. So Joe Blanton gets his second strikeout today. Jack Wilson steps in, and he hits it to second over to first, and that's the end of the inning. So after 2, still Atlanta 1, Philadelphia 0. Well, let's see if Polanco can do anything here. He hit it to third, over to first. 5-3 ground out. Carlos Reyes hitting .324 in the season, and he hits it to second, and he's out as well. And we have the pitcher batting here in the top of the third, Joe Blanton. We're going to keep him in, obviously, so, he strikes out. All right, so after 2.5, still 1-0 Atlanta. And quick out there on a 1-0 pitch, ground ball, 4-3. And Michael Bourne up for the second time. He goes down on a 3-2 pitch. Martin Prado, left fielder, hits it over to third and onto first. That retires the side. And pretty low-scoring affair so far. Although in the third inning, that's when Atlanta scored on a 2-run home run. So they would... In real life, they were ahead 3-1. So in our game, ahead 1-0. Jimmy Rollins there, back up to the top of the lineup. He is 0 for 1 today, and lazy pop fly to left field for the out. Chase Utley steps in. He's batting .274 with 21 home runs. Oh, line drive to, that's an F3 there as he caught it. F3, yep, there we go. Hunter Pence, let's see what he can do here. And he hits an F. Oh no, he gets it in there. So Just barely lands in front of the left fielder there. That would be Prado. Couldn't make the catch. So Phillies have their runner aboard. And I believe, yeah, that is their first hit, actually. So Hunter Pence. Let's steal. Nope. Goes to 0-1. Couldn't get the jump. Steal. Steal. Strunk goes to 0-2. All right. Well, don't steal. Ah, come on. And that ends the inning. Ryan Howard strikes out. All right, Chipper Jones is up. Hitting .282 with 17 home runs. Little dribbler back to Blanton for the out at first. Dan Ugla. Uh-oh, that's hit into this right field, and it gets by. Pick it up. Throw it. All right, that is a double. 1 out. Freddie Freeman steps in. Down on strikes. That'll be a second out. 1 to go. Brian McCann steps in, and he goes down on strikes. So that's 5 strikeouts for Blanton today. Keeping it close, still 1-0 going into the top of the 5th. John Mayberry Jr. 0 for 1 today, and he goes down in 4. Hudson has 4 strikeouts. He goes down on the 3-2 pitch. Raul El Anibes. And he hits it too short. The first baseman makes an error. It goes over the backstop, and he's on board with the error. Ground ball, E6. Bad throw. Launches one into the stands. Raul Anibes takes second on the overthrow. That puts Polanco in position here. 1 out. Is that going to drop in center field? Is it? It's going to drop, and Raul stays on third. We don't even have a choice to send him. So 1 out, first and third, and Philadelphia's got something going here. Carlos Ruiz. Swing away, Carlos. He hits it to third, over to second, and double play. 5-4-3 retires the side. And Atlanta gets out of the inning. Crazy. Well, bottom of the 5th. We got Matt Diaz, right-hander, and he's out. 4-3 putout. We have a 6-3 putout there for Jack Wilson, and now Tim Hudson. And we're going to have another 6-3. So 1, 2, 3 inning, pretty quick and easy for Joe Blanton that time. All right, Joe Blanton, is it time to pull him? Try to get some offense going. As a matter of fact, it is going to be time to pull him. So, let me look at the actual box line here to see who they brought in here, so I can kind of. Looks like Brandon Moss came in. Can we have a Brandon Moss? We do have a Brandon Moss. So Brandon Moss will come in and pinch hit and go back to the game here. So Brandon Moss, just like in real life, came in. Swing away. And he's down on strikes. Well, all right, Jimmy Rollins here. 10 home runs in the season, and did he get it? Did he get it? No. That's a 3-1 output. Chase Utley with 21 home runs this season, batting .273. He's going to get himself a single into right field there. That's going to bring up Hunter Pence there. Chase Utley, let's see if he can steal. No? Send forced. Right and run. Punch. Get in there. Get in there. And he is safe. All right. Chase Utley with the steal. That puts a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Hunter Pence. Come on, Hunter. Oh, go home, go home. Yes. Slide in safe. All right. Hunter Pence delivers an RBI double in the top of the 6th. We got us a tie ball game, 1-1. Let's see if Ryan Howard can do anything now. He's got 28 home runs. Uh-oh. Is it? Yes, it's gone. 2-run home run. Distance 373 feet, just as I called it. Ryan Howard with 28 home runs. Done it again. Philadelphia now leads 3-1. John Mayberry Jr. And he's launched one into left field and not going to be... All right, we need a pitcher here. So if I look at our actual pitching statistics here for Philadelphia, looks like they brought in learn how to speak, dude. Cole Hamels, sorry. Where's Cole? Where are you, Cole? Let's look at position. All pitchers. Cole Hamels. All right, so we'll bring him in. That's fine. Oh, yeah, we got to sign him a position. There we go. All right. So let's see what happens here in the bottom of the 6th inning. For those of you keeping score at home, in the 6th inning, the Phillies gained no runs in the normal game. So let's see what he can do. Strike 3 on a 2-2 pitch. Martin Prado steps in. He is 1 hit, 1 of 2 for 2 today, and he goes down. Cole Hamels comes in, strikes out 2 batters in a row. And in fact, he strikes out this side. End of 6. We got us a 3-1 ball game. Let's see. Raul Anibenez. He goes down, strikeout. And we got us a 5-3 ground ball. Carlos Ruiz. He's got 16 home runs, 70 RBIs. And did he line it? Yes, he lined it into left field there for a base hit. Cole Hamels. We're actually going to pull Cole Hamels. Philadelphia went crazy in this game. Just their starting pitcher was Joe Blanton. He was pinch hit for by Brandon Moss. Then they brought in Cole Hamels. Then they brought in Vance Worley, who was pinch hit by Shane Victorino. And then they brought in Brad Lidge, who was then replaced by Ryan Madsen, who then they pinch hit for Ben Francisco. They brought in Michael Stuetz, S-T-U-T-E-S, and then he was pinch hit for by Brian Schneider. So I think I'm just, every time a pitcher comes up, I'm just going to simulate. Let's see, Shane Victorino. Where are you, Victorino? There you are. I think Philadelphia's manager was just trying to keep everybody loose, get them a little bit of activity. So that's what we're going to do here. And he walks. So first and second. No. Oh, 2 outs. Sorry. I was going to say nobody out. That would have been great. Jimmy Rollins steps in today. He's over 3. He's launched one back up the middle. Send the runner home. No. Yes. Go. Oh, yes. Safe. 4-1 Philadelphia. Jimmy Rollins gets another RBI. Chase Utley steps in here. In real life, Chase Utley was batting .259 and had, how many home runs did you have, Chase Utley? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Sorry. Anyways, 4-1 here. I got a new pitcher here. And it's back, but it's caught. So interesting enough, in real life game, obviously, which we're comparing to, Philadelphia did get a run in the 7th inning. So after 6.5, it was 3-2 Braves in the real life. In our game, obviously, 4-1. So now we need to bring in our new pitcher, which is going to be, that was Hamels. So now we're going to bring in Vance Worley. Vance Worley, where are you? All pitchers. Here you are, Vance. Let's bring you in there. And we'll give you the pitcher spot. All right, here we go. Vance Worley comes in. What's his little stars for? Let's pitch. And he walks him on a 3-0 pitch. Base on balls. Freddie Freeman steps in. Hits it short back to first and ground ball double play for 6-3. Ooh, Brian McCann steps in. And we got us a 5-3 ground out. After 7, 4-1 Philadelphia. Hunter Pence steps in. So, and we got us a 6-3 ground out. Ryan Howard, last time up, hit that big home run. Was 2-run home run, right? Or 3-run? 2-run. And this time it's a little F4, okay? 2 outs quickly. John Mayberry Jr. here. And he's down on strikes there. 1-2 pitch. Phillies lead after 7.5. We got us at 4-1 ball game. Let's see. Worley's in right now. Let's see. We'll let him go. Center field, and makes the catch for the flyout F8. Jack E. Wilson comes in. Jack E. Wilson is a right-hander. And we got a 6-3 ground out. Second out of the inning. Let's look at our substitutions here. And our Brad Lidge. Where's Brad Lidge? Here he is. He's a righty. We'll go ahead and bring him in. There we go. All right, Jason Hayward steps at the plate there. Brad Lidge. Little pop fly. Is it going to fall? It is not going to fall. That's an F7 out. And the Braves are down to their last 3 outs up for the season here. Raul and Abinez. We got Scott Linebrooke. And he's coming to pitch. We got us 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Polanco steps in. He crashes one into deep, and it's going to hit the wall, and they're throwing it to second, and he slides. Safe double. 1 out, and Polanco with a double there. Carlos Ruiz. See if he can get a... he's down on strikes. That brings up Brad Lidge, which we're going to pinch hit for with Ben Francisco. Where's Ben Francisco? There you are, Ben. All right, let's see if Ben Francisco can knock a run in. Oh, fall. Nope, not that time. All right. And it looks like Philadelphia is going to, be bringing in. We just did Ben Francisco. We're going to bring in Michael Stewart. Where are you, Michael? There you are. And let's see if he can close this game out. 3-1. Excuse me, Philadelphia. I'm sorry, 4-1, going in the bottom of the ninth. Let's see if Atlanta can make a epic comeback here. And it might be a good start if it falls in. No. Caught in center field by Mayberry Jr. 1 out. Martin Prado steps in. And walks on a 3-1 pitch. Chipper Jones, always dangerous. Always dangerous. Uh-oh. Get it. Get back. All right. And Chipper Jones, deep ball, but not quite far enough. And Atlanta's down to their final batter of the season, possibly, as Dan Uggla steps in. And they just announced St. Louis won their game in regulation time. Atlanta must win or they're out of the playoffs. And that's it. Philadelphia stops Atlanta 4-1 today. And that is an epic conclusion to our replay of September 28th, 2011. All 4 games, we were 4 out of 4 in historical accuracy. Every one of our teams we played won. And just as what happened in real life happens in our replay, Philadelphia knocks Atlanta out of the playoffs. St. Louis goes into the playoffs. And Baltimore knocks Boston out of the playoffs. And Tampa Bay gets in on the final day of the 2011 season. As many say, probably the greatest night of baseball ever. And some refer to it just as game number 162. That's how important these games were, and of course everyone knows that in 2012 they changed the rules and started allowing a second wild card team in. So this day will never be recreated. The atmosphere, the tension, just the utter importance put onto every single game that was there. And there we go there. There's our little lineups, and you can see Atlanta actually had a chance, had a good favor of winning this, and then Philadelphia came back, got these runs, and then they had the better chance to win there. Here's our final stats and lineup there. Again, just tried to keep with what happened in the real game. Blanton to Moss to Hamels to Victorino to Worley to Lids to Francisco to Stymis. And that was a fun replay to look at those epic games that happened and just try them out, all 4 of them. Of course, we used 4 different baseball simulations, so every game was a little bit different to keep the series interesting for you guys. And let me know what you think in this comments section below. What you, if you remember that epic evening of baseball, where you were, what you were doing, who are you rooting for, did your team make it into the playoffs, and what you thought of our replay of the best night ever. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next time we relive and replay another epic sports game. Thanks for watching, folks.